Jalen Ramsey just turned an ordinary NFL matchup into a full-blown reality show. One moment he's locking up receivers like it's routine, and the next he's roasting Dillon Gabriel mid-game like it's a comedy special, while still hyping up Shedeur Sanders from the sidelines. Every camera in the stadium caught it, and now social media is going wild. People can't stop asking, what did Gabriel do to spark that kind of chaos in the middle of a game? This wasn't your usual Sunday football. It was straight-up drama with helmets on. Ramsay didn't just play football that day. He hijacked the whole storyline. Before the Steelers even finished their stretches, dude was already giving what looked like a campaign speech for Shedeur Sanders. It felt less like a warm-up and more like a rally with fireworks, energy through the roof. Fans were screaming, cameras flashing, and Ramsay was out there sending messages like a man on a mission. Then came the gesture that broke the internet, the now iconic watch tap. His silent message? Time's up. Y'all been sleeping on Shedeur too long. It wasn't some random flex. It was deliberate, bold, and loud without saying a word. That's classic Ramsay. Swagger for days, zero filter, and confidence that makes headlines every time he moves. And just when you thought it couldn't get crazier, the game kicked off like a scripted moment out of Netflix. Dillon Gabriel rolls out of the pocket, probably thinking he's got a clean shot, and then bam! Ramsay comes flying in like a bouncer shutting down a fight, body language saying, "Not on my watch." He didn't just make a tackle, he made a statement. This wasn't a game, it was a message sent in real time. It was violent, clean, and straight up poetic. One sack, boom, then another, like he was choreographing chaos with precision. After that second hit,
you talk about instilling confidence into your players. How do you think that makes Shedeur?
Ramsay just stood there, calm but commanding, pointing across the field like a preacher mid-sermon, sending a message so clear you could feel it through the screen. That's who should be in this game. The crowd froze, the cameras locked in, and somewhere out there, Shedeur Sanders' stock just skyrocketed, without him even lacing up a cleat. That moment wasn't about one play, it was a statement, a bold, loud, and almost hilarious declaration that Dillon Gabriel was just renting the role that rightfully belonged to Shedeur. Ramsay didn't just sack him, he turned him into a walking billboard. You could see it all over his face, pure conviction. Even the announcers had to acknowledge it, trying to keep their cool while the stadium practically vibrated with the energy. Ramsay wasn't just playing defense, he was campaigning offense. The whole field turned into a live audition for Shedeur Sanders, with Gabriel unintentionally playing the role of the stand-in. Ramsay made it look like a promo reel, and every hit was a headline.
I'll probably tell my kids about this. I played in the game with TJ Watt and Miles Garrett, and I had 2 sacks. That's crazy, huh? That's crazy. So, yeah, it's my first time in my whole career having 2 sacks in one game. So that's pretty cool too.
When the whistle finally blew, Ramsay didn't look tired. He looked victorious, glowing like a man who just cracked the NFL's secret code. He was laughing, tossing playful jabs during post-game, dropping hints that weren't subtle at all about who didn't meet the moment. For him, this wasn't just a strong performance, it was vindication. He came in with a mission and he delivered like a man who doesn't dodge drama. He sprints straight through it, helmet first. But here's what really made it hit different. It wasn't just about friendship or hype. Ramsay was tapping into a much bigger current, a movement brewing all season around Shedeur Sanders. You can feel it building, like the league's trying to pretend it's not happening. But everyone knows it's coming, and Ramsay just lit the fuse. Shedeur Sanders isn't just a player anymore. He's a whole storyline, a living conversation that refuses to quiet down.
Did y'all hear about the Pittsburgh player who, Jalen Ramsey, Jalen Ramsey in the game? Something happened. And I don't know if he caught a pick, a sack, or something, because I don't know what he do. He went to the sideline and pointed to Shedeur. You need to be out here. Like, you out here. I was like, whoa, whoa. Shout out to Jalen Ramsey. So he was trying to tell you that Shedeur need to be the one in the game. Don't forget, the question is, should Shedeur Sanders start versus Miami? That's the question that I have that I want y'all.
The once reserved kid with that legendary last name somehow flipped his family legacy into a grind so intense, even the doubters can't ignore it. The NFL's seen plenty of hype come and go, but Shedeur's different. He's not built from noise, he's built from proof. Everyone who's worked near him, teammates, vets, even opponents, walks away saying the same thing. The guy's the real deal. And it's not just Jalen Ramsey saying it. Jalen Hurts, cool, composed, and the very definition of discipline, took a break from his MVP run just to show love for Shedeur too. That's huge. In a league where players barely have time to breathe, Hurts took the time to publicly back a young quarterback from another team. That's not PR, that's respect. Hurts doesn't hand out compliments for clout. He's too locked in for that. So when he shows up to guide or praise someone like Shedeur, it means something powerful.
You're so unwilling to like Shedeur Sanders that you'll lie about today's performance about Dillon Gabriel. We just witnessed that atrocity that is known as the Cleveland Browns offense. Kevin Stefanski, what are you doing, man? You're gonna lose almost every single game this year playing that type of bullshit off.
That kind of mentorship doesn't come around often. It's a quiet nod from one general to another, a passing of the torch moment you don't even realize you're witnessing until later. It proves that Shedeur isn't just getting fan hype, he's earning peer-level credibility. In a league obsessed with stats, sponsorships, and ego battles, Shedeur's managing to win the one thing that can't be faked: respect from other players. Hurts' support sealed it, the veteran recognizing the next wave, the steady hand acknowledging the storm that's coming. And that's exactly why Ramsey's mid-game fireworks hit so deep. It wasn't just some random emotional outburst or a friendly shout-out. It was the loud exclamation point on what the entire league's been whispering for months. Shedeur Sanders is overdue for his shot. Dillon Gabriel might be solid, sure, but Shedeur, he's special. Let's be real. The NFL thrives on drama, but what Ramsey pulled off, that was pure theater.
Ramsey, Steelers star defender, actually pointed at QB Shedeur Sanders, who was on the sideline for the Browns after sacking Dillon Gabriel. This is crazy.
Deep drop for Gabriel. Out of the pocket, on the move, caught from behind. Jalen Ramsey.
You could almost hear the TV producers cheering in the control room as he sacked Gabriel not once, but twice, then pointed straight towards Shedeur like he was setting up the next episode of Who's the Real QB? It wasn't just football, it was performance art in cleats. Cameras caught every second, social media exploded, and within minutes, the whole thing turned into meme gold. But under all the laughter and chaos, everyone was talking about the same thing. Shedeur's time is coming. And when that many veterans start echoing your name, both online and in locker rooms, it's no longer hype. It's straight up prophecy. The real twist, though, Shedeur's response. While the internet's been analyzing Ramsey's every gesture like it's the Zapruder film, Shedeur's stayed completely unfazed. No interviews, no shade, no cryptic quotes, just work. That calm focus, that refusal to feed the circus, that's what separates the stars built to last from the ones built for headlines. Everyone else is out here making noise.
Everybody wants to talk about Jalen Ramsey's sack on Dillon Gabriel and him pointing at Shedeur to get in the game after he got his second one, but nobody is talking about him being a Pittsburgh Steeler and what that has done for his career so far, because this is the best I've seen him play since he has been into the league. Mike Tomlin just continues to figure it out. So let's talk about those two plays and what he did before the snap of the ball. Here you're going to see him do a slight bump on the inside as he comes rushing in on the edge. He was running at almost 15 miles an hour when he got that first sack.
And Shedeur's answering with silence that somehow screams louder than any viral clip ever could. He's outworking everyone, staying ready, while Cleveland's front office sits in endless debates, crunching numbers on spreadsheets like the answers hidden in a formula instead of right in front of them. It's wild. The irony is almost poetic. The same league that lives for storylines is now watching one write itself in real time, with no PR stunts or fake drama. Just respect, building naturally, one moment at a time. Ramsey's passion, Hurts' mentorship, teammates' whispers, coaches' frustration. It's all turning into this unplanned chorus. Every voice chanting the same thing. Give the kid the ball. It's football fate trying to move faster than the politics holding it back. Destiny's out here sprinting while management keeps smashing the pause button. And honestly, That's what makes Cleveland's whole situation so confusing. Everyone else can see it, everyone else can feel it, yet somehow they're the only ones still acting like it's a debate. The Browns and quarterback drama? Please, that's practically part of their brand. It's like they can't go a single season without turning the most important position on the field into a soap opera. But this time's different. They've actually got a player everyone agrees on, and somehow they're still frozen in hesitation. You'd think after years of painful lessons, they'd realize indecision is their worst play call. The fan base is restless, the locker room's unified, and even rival players are chiming in. It's like the entire league is standing outside their facility yelling, "How many more signs do you need?"
Shedeur Sanders, forget about liking the Cleveland Browns. How about the love of the game? How about watching an actual football game and enjoying the reasons what made you a fan of this game of football? Look, the NFL are going to destroy their sports by keep playing these trash quarterbacks, bro. No wonder in college and the NFL, quarterback play has been garbage because kids are learning that you don't have to be a good quarterback to get a starting job in the NFL.
Meanwhile, poor Dillon Gabriel stuck in the most awkward spot imaginable. Not bad, just misplaced, like a backup in the wrong storyline. He's trying to stay focused, trying to survive the Ramsay storm, but every snap he takes just reminds everyone of the guy waiting behind him. It's not about him failing, it's about the shadow looming over him growing bigger every week. Ramsay didn't just sack Gabriel, he sacked the Browns' entire philosophy. Every hit became a statement, a visual metaphor for how much talent this team's leaving on the bench. And that's what makes it sting. The brutality wasn't personal, it was symbolic. Gabriel's just the collateral damage in someone else's rise. The unfortunate middle chapter in a story everyone knows ends with Shedeur taking the field. And let's be real, Ramsay knew exactly what he was doing. He's one of those rare players who understands that the NFL...
I'm just saying, I think he is what he is. He's too small. His deep balls sail, and he does not look... I thought he was athletic. He looks slow. He does not look athletic. There's nothing extra. There's no juice. This will be the offense with Dillon Gabriel. This is what it's going to be. We have to be at least threat in the defense deep.
This is who Kevin wanted, though. That's the thing. Like, this is Kevin's guy.
Isn't just about stats anymore. It's about moments. One clip, one gesture, one viral spark, and you've just reshaped the entire narrative. And that's exactly what he did. The next day, every sports show was looping the same highlight. Ramsay's hit, his point toward Shedeur, and that defiant look on his face. Analysts were split, debating whether he went too far, whether it was disrespect or just pure authenticity. But beneath all the noise, one truth cut through loud and clear. Ramsay didn't need words to make his point. Everyone watching already knew what he meant. The league's spotlight has officially locked in on Shedeur Sanders, and honestly, it's wild to watch. You've got veteran defenders publicly hyping up a young quarterback from another team. You've got stars from both offense and defense aligning on the same message. It's like watching the Avengers assemble, but this time, it's for a rookie quarterback. That kind of unity doesn't happen by accident. It happens when a player's presence is powerful enough to shift the whole conversation. Think about it. Jalen Hurts stepping up with mentorship. Myles Garrett praising Shedeur's preparation, and Jalen Ramsey turning his game into a billboard.
He had doubles. He gave a slight bump to the receivers to give his linebackers enough time, had enough time to rush in off the edge to get his second sack at almost 17 miles an hour. But his approach to the game of football since he's been a Pittsburgh Steeler has been unmatched. I mean, you got people like Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers who have raved about him as a teammate thus far. What do you guys think about Jalen Ramsey as a Pittsburgh Steeler, and how has this been different from his time in Jacksonville and his time with the Los Angeles Rams? Because that is where he got his first ring. But I don't know, this seems a lot different.
All of them orbiting around one name. It's almost spooky how consistent the message has been. Usually players stay in their lanes, but this feels like a movement. And maybe that's exactly what makes Shedeur's story stand out. He's turned admiration into expectation without ever having to beg for attention. Everybody sees the talent, but it's his discipline that keeps feeding the hype. In a league full of sideline blow-ups and camera-chasing antics, Shedeur's biggest scandal so far is showing up to practice early. And that's not just commitment, that's branding. It's the kind of authenticity you can't fake. His quiet grind is speaking louder than any tweet or interview ever could. Now the Browns are standing at a psychological crossroads. It's no longer just about skill, it's about belief. Do they stick with the safe, predictable playbook, or do they finally hand the keys to the guy who's already earned the room without even being the starter? The choice says more about their courage than their coaching. Ramsey's gesture may have looked like showboating, but deep down, it forced the one question Cleveland's front office can't hide from anymore. The fans have spoken, the players have united, and even rival defenses are basically campaigning for Shedeur's rise. At this point, it's not a matter of if.
I thought he did a good job of standing in there, taking those hits, and playing decent in this game. But now when you look at some of the negatives on film and the things that he needs to get corrected, he's making some throws that you can't make in these type of situations, especially on the road and especially as a rookie on an offense that's struggling to move the football. The Browns are way too predictable on offense right now when it comes to throwing the football. I don't know if he has a high enough ceiling right now to be a franchise starting quarterback in the NFL that you can build off.
I don't think he did enough to keep his job.
It's a matter of when. At this point, the only thing missing is the official announcement. And let's be real, it's not about if anymore. It's about when. The story's already written. They're just waiting to read it out loud. When it happens, it's going to feel like a full circle moment for everyone who's been watching this unfold. Ramsey will probably drop some smug, perfectly timed victory clip. Hurts will give that calm nod like a proud mentor watching his student arrive. Garrett will preach about hard work paying off, and maybe, just maybe, Judy will finally stop side-eyeing the coaching staff in those team meetings. It's going to feel inevitable, like we all saw it coming. Because deep down, we did. Ramsey just struck the first spark that lit the fuse. Until then, every single Browns snap is going to feel like a countdown. Every incomplete pass, every stalled drive, it's all going to echo that silent gesture Ramsey threw up before kickoff, the one that screamed, "Time's ticking." And it really is. For Gabriel, for the coaches, for the organization as a whole.
What to really say about Dillon Gabriel over the next 3.5 hours? Well, he was composed. Great. You know how he conducted himself? He conducted himself how a career backup should conduct himself, where you just hope that you're able to hold down the fort until the regular starter comes back. The problem is, we don't have a regular starter that comes back. Well, we do, but nobody wants to see him. So nobody wants that to happen. So here we have to hope that Dillon Gabriel, a guy who is certainly limited, a guy who's smart enough to probably be a coach in the NFL someday, has to go out there and conduct an offense. And we just little bit. And we have to hope that Quinshon Judkins is able to carry us into the end zone, and we don't have a holding call on it. Because we got two guys there who are again replacing another guy who had replaced another guy who just didn't want to play the game.
Because when the loyalty inside a locker room starts shifting toward the backup, that's not gossip. That's the beginning of a new era. Players don't risk their reputations for someone who hasn't earned their respect. And Shedeur's earned it. Every film session, every rep, every dawn workout, he's been stacking quiet wins that no camera catches. And now the league's finally waking up to what his teammates have known all along. The Ramsey moment wasn't chaos, it was a signal. The kind of wild, unpredictable event that feels confusing in real time, but makes perfect sense when you look back. A defender mocking an opposing quarterback mid-game while hyping up someone else might sound outrageous on paper, but in context, it's straight up poetic. Ramsey wasn't losing his mind. He was seeing the future before everyone else did. He just said out loud what the whole locker room's been whispering, that the Browns' future isn't stuck in the playbook. It's sitting right there on the bench waiting for a chance to take over. And that right there, that's the beauty of it. It's not even about controversy anymore. It's about recognition. When stars like Jalen Hurts and Myles Garrett start aligning on the same message, it stops being a fan fantasy and turns into reality knocking on the Browns' door. Shedeur doesn't need to campaign for himself. His reputation is already doing the talking. His peers are doing the marketing, his discipline is writing the headlines, and his performances, whenever he finally gets that shot, will handle the rest.
It comes down to the Browns organization. They believe in Dillon Gabriel. It is what it is. Stefanski believes in Dillon Gabriel over Shedeur. It is what it is, guys. You got to just accept it and roll with it. You can say that Shedeur is better than Dillon Gabriel. It doesn't matter. The Browns believe Gabriel.
It's poetic, really, how his rise mirrors the NFL's love for storylines. Except this one isn't scripted. It's raw, authentic, and powered by real production-level talent. All eyes are locked on Cleveland, not because of Gabriel's passing charts or Stefanski's playbook, but because everyone knows what's coming. That shift in energy you can feel through the screen. And when that moment finally hits, when Shedeur Sanders steps under center and the crowd explodes with that mix of excitement and relief, it's going to feel cinematic. You can bet Jalen Ramsey will be somewhere on the sidelines, arms folded, smirking like a man who saw the plot twist before anyone else even read the script. Until then, the Browns are playing a dangerous game with timing. The same warning Ramsey flashed before kickoff still echoes loud. Time's ticking. The league's watching closely. The fans are getting louder. And Shedeur, he's waiting. Not out of impatience, but preparation. The kind of calm grind that makes veterans rally, coaches rethink, and teammates believe again. Because if Ramsey's message was loud, Shedeur's silence is even louder. That quiet confidence, that focused stillness, it's the calm before a historic breakout. And when that silence finally breaks, when that perfect spiral cuts through the air and lands downfield, nobody will need to say a single word. Not Ramsey, not Hurts, not Garrett. The moment will speak for itself. That watch gesture Ramsey made wasn't about time passing. It was about time arriving. Shedeur's time has come. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you're ready for that moment, and we'll see you on the next one.